welcome to the YouTube Lead Gen Show with Christina Smallhorn and myself, Malcolm Lawson. Christina and I have, we've generated oh man, I totally butchered those. What have we done, Christina? We've generated millions of views on YouTube, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and most importantly, hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions from leads we generated from our real estate YouTube channels. In this show, we mastermind about using YouTube in our real estate businesses. And today we're masterminding with the real Jeremy Knight out of Austin, Texas. Jeremy, how you doing today?
Fantastic. Thanks for having me back.
Virtual.
It's been a while.
Here we go. Ready? Everybody. There we go.
Yeah. The opposite way that you think.
There you go. I'm high-fiving you.
A little more.
There you go.
There. I love StreamYard. I love playing with this. Yeah, man, I was looking, and last time we had you on was July 2020, so almost 2 years ago when we had you on. And you had just passed 1,000 subscribers at that time.
Yeah.
What are you at right now?
About to hit 13,000, so
yeah,
all right.
That's
fine.
That's really solid right there. And so I was looking at
the big question, though. The big question is, I mean, who cares? I mean, 13,000 subscribers is nice bragging rights. How many leads did you get from those 13,000 subscribers that you gained? How much money do you think you've made in commissions because of it?
Yeah, I always hesitate to tell people how much I make because they'll come find me. But yeah, so on the Tom Ferry podcast, he was nice enough to tell everybody that I was making over $100,000 a month off of YouTube alone from commissions and stuff like that. So that holds up pretty well. Okay. Maybe a little more.
What about like volume? I think so. The last video that I had with you, the title was 19 million in closed volume from YouTube.
Yeah, we did 50 million last year
from YouTube.
So it went from 19 to 50.
I love it, man. That is super, super solid. And you're doing one video a week? Or are you doing a video and a live stream?
Yeah, so we'll do one video a week as my standalone videos, and then I'll do the live stream Real Migos on Wednesday nights. And then we'll usually cut one clip and put one clip out on Sundays, maybe two clips, just depends. So really 3 videos, and then, we'll put listing videos out on Fridays if we have listings hitting the market, or sometimes we'll do, I don't like to put like the, like the neighborhood walkthroughs as my standard video. So I'll put those on Fridays.
Yeah.
And Fridays has been a shit day to put stuff on YouTube for me recently. So I might have to move it back to Thursdays.
Yeah, I find that is the case. You got to follow your analytics.
Yeah.
Follow your analytics.
Yeah. So
maybe put it on Saturday instead of on Friday. Put it on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Okay. So last time we talked, I think you were saying like you don't have a traditional team. You're kind of doing referral business where you're referring them out. And that's what Christina does too. She gets a bunch of leads all across the country and she just refers them out. Is that still kind of your business model? You're referring stuff out and you kind of have like some select.
No, we've actually had to grow a team since then. So this year we started a team. We're 4 agents right now. We'll probably grow and add 2 more. But yeah, it's been, I looked at how much money was left on the table last year by doing that, and it was significant. So it's more worth it to actually have a team versus refer out.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. I mean, if you're getting 25% versus having a team, you get 50%. You could have doubled it right there by having a team kind of work.
And then you have a little bit more quality control.
Yeah, Christina can't really do that. Unless you have a national team in every city all across the country.
And I'm not that important.
Yeah.
So
you're getting there. You're speaking at Vid Summit, or you spoke at Vid Summit. Are you speaking at Vid Summit?
I was not asked. Oh. I did a great job last time. I mean, it wasn't that I did a bad job, but
I heard yours was one of the best talks from last year from a lot of people. So it wasn't just like 1 or 2 people said it, but quite a few people said that they got a lot of value from yours.
Oh, well, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
I believe that that year they didn't have as many big names come out, so they allowed the little people to speak, a lot of little people. So this year I think they got a lot more people because the world's vaccinated and we know how to handle the virus a little bit better. So the bigger names were asked. But if they even ask me at the last minute, I'm ready to go. I could do that speech again.
That was good.
So.
You gotta find your Frank, right? Find your
You
Frank.
gotta people to this day still come up to me and ask me about. And every time I get an email and it's a guy named Frank, I laugh because I'm like, "Yep, do it."
I found him. I found him.
Yeah, once again, there he is. Told you, it's Frank.
I like to like, you know, how, like people ask to subscribe, right? It's like, hey, subscribe. And so sometimes what I'll say is like, hey, and Steve, make sure you drop that comment, Steve. And so like you'll see people like yeah, Steve. Like, so like I like, you know, you always gotta create engagement. So if you like make fun of like, and Sharon wrote a comment the other day that was really bad, and he just makes some offhand joke. Like a lot of people be like, oh, come on, Sharon. So it's pretty funny. Like if you say like the little things you say in your video. And I just went to a listing appointment on Saturday for 2 hours straight. All they did was recite back all the videos that I've done. And we talked about listing the house for 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, whatever you think the price of that, go ahead, whatever. Like, okay.
I love it, man. It makes your life so much easier. Like,
Yeah.
They already know you. They got that relationship with you.
Yeah.
They don't think you're a putz.
Well, they don't. Some people probably do.
Yeah.
That damn Steve, it keeps commenting, right? He thinks.
Yeah. Steve. Scuba Steve.
Damn it. So tell me, I want to know more about your live streaming strategy. Right? I know Christina she's been doing live streams weekly for forever now. And like you're doing something similar, but more local, I guess, yours is at Texas level. Is that it? You're doing it all across Texas?
No. What's interesting is like I had Chi on yesterday from Baltimore. So I like to, so I go back and forth. So I'll bring on like a city, like I brought on somebody who's running for mayor of Austin. I brought on somebody who used to work for the tax district, trying to help explain like why we're seeing all these huge tax increases and like how to like get around them and things like that. I'll bring on people from all over and like compare markets. You know, I brought people on from Nashville, North Carolina, South Carolina. In fact, I just talked to somebody about coming on from Raleigh. So I just like to have conversations, and I'll bring on investors to talk about investing strategies. So we bring on a whole like swath of different people on. So our views are starting to come down a little bit as how many people are showing up on it. And it could be a couple things. It could just be the market. We don't talk about the big market as a whole as much, but we'll talk about smaller markets. So as we're opening up, like I think my audience is changing quite a bit because I'm talking about a little more bigger topics than just Austin.
Yeah. So I've noticed that. Let me look at your channel real quick. So I've noticed that a lot of your content, it is much bigger. So like Zillow finally write about the housing market. Like this is kind of like a big national type of video, or at least it looks like it.
Yeah.
Are you planning on doing even these ones here? You know, these look like they're less specific to Austin and kind of more bigger and broader. Are you trying to shift your audience right now? Are you trying to make it go big and kind of more international or more national?
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to be Christina Smallhorn and talk about cool stuff versus just buying and selling homes in Austin. I mean, look, a lot of my business comes from the YouTube channel, so I'm gonna continue to talk about Austin, the things Austin faces, you know, neighborhoods, all that good stuff. But I'm trying to talk about bigger topics and bringing on. I mean, look, I want to bring on big guests, right? And so if you're talking just about Austin, you can only bring on Joe Rogan on your podcast so many times before people are like, oh, it's Joe Rogan again, you know? So
that's interesting. So Christina, what do you think of that strategy of him going national, but also still doing local content as well?
Well, I think anytime you use a national headline, you can always relate it to your local content.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's kind of smart that you're taking a national headline and focusing in on exactly what that means for your specific area. I'll tell people to do that all the time. Because they'll be like, well, that isn't our market, you know, like that doesn't really relate to us. And I'm like, then tell people that. That's what they need to hear, because it doesn't relate to your market and why it doesn't relate to your market. And show them some graphs and charts and talk about it with people.
He only brings on people he likes. I don't. Who wrote that? Was that you, Christina?
I didn't write it. No, but that was something I would say. That whoever said that thinks on the same page I do.
Christina was on my live stream the other night, like, you never bring me on, and I'm like, you come on, like, get out of here. And she's like, harassing me. It was fun. And then Levi was on there too. So,
I'll give you my opinion about that. I did that with my channel. I had a local channel. It was nothing but Maryland content. And then I started making bigger, broader content. And some of them did really well. I got one video with like 600,000 views and I got tons of subscribers from it. And that's actually one of my biggest regrets is that I did that. And I took my local channel and made it into a national channel. Because now, like, I want to make more local content, but it's so weird. It doesn't fit on that channel anymore. That, like, 70-80% of my subscribers are from this national content.
Well,
if I put Annapolis videos, it's going to be really weird. Or, like, it's going to hurt the channel, I think.
Kind of. I mean, so I would say like one video a month is a national video, and then I relate it back to how it impacts the Austin market. And then the other three videos are still like, I talk about builders as a whole, right? So one of my buckets is just calling out the bullshit that builders have done to agents, clients, and just the shady stuff they've done. So like that's one of my 4 videos a month. So one's a builder, one's a large topic. And then obviously the Austin market update is one that I do. And then, it's going to be probably like, neighborhoods, what's happening in Austin, what's coming to Austin. So, I mean, yes and no. I think if you try to go too big and stay too big, then you'll lose your local, like why people are coming in for that reason. And you'll confuse the analytics a little bit. But if you're taking everything and like, well, this is what's happening nationally, but I see what's happening in the Austin market with this information, like what Christina said, I think it doesn't necessarily hurt your channel as much.
Yeah. So you have like
and if you look at
one bucket of content that's national, I guess.
If you look at Javier's channel, he does national headlines, but he always relates it to his local market.
Who's Javier?
We'll do a national. Vidana. I always say his last name wrong. Apparently, one day I got it like offended him because I said it wrong. But I'm really bad with names, like Harb, like.
Yeah.
It's a fine line, kind of making big national content and then trying to tie it back to your local market. But yeah, go for it, man. I mean, keep chugging away, make progress on that. I love it. And so you were saying that your content strategy has really changed, like right now as well, compared to like 12 months ago or 6 months ago.
Right. I mean, so think about it. A lot of the agents who create these channels are all moving to channel, right? Or they're a channel about what to expect if you're coming to a city. So what I did starting in January was start making sellers part of the conversation. So homeowners, like, hey, homeowners, this is going to impact you. It's something you should pay attention to. Hey, and then in the video, like this video is for buyers, but guess what? Homeowners, you really should pay attention if you're going to get ready to sell your home, because what I'm telling these buyers is what they're going to come to you and do. So pay attention to it. And so I've made more homeowners part of the conversation, which the crazy thing is now I'm consistently getting more seller leads out of it, because now they want to talk to the guy who knows how to negotiate against the buyers, that he's already helping them negotiate against you. The other thing that I think is really, 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 really important for agents moving forward, my channel became super successful thanks to COVID. 100%. I'd say 40% is because of COVID. 60% is the hard work I put into it. But my channel took off because now everybody was searching for Austin. So now that's why I'm trying to do more larger topics so the channel can continue to grow, because not as many people are moving to Austin at the moment. So this is an opportunity for people who are watching this to think about, all right, maybe I can change my content in a changing market to go ahead and then help that increase my channel. Because if you think about it, people were searching for Austin, they were searching for all these things. But as agents, as we're getting into a time where the market has more uncertainty and everyone's saying the word crash or they're saying the word shift, that's becoming such a derogatory term. This is the time we should, as agents, should be talking about opportunity. Because 7% interest rates suck. You know what sucks? 8% interest rates. You know what sucks? 9% interest rates if they get that high. So, and hey, by the way, for most of you homeowners or buyers that were looking to buy, now it's time that you can actually get that FHA offer accepted. It's now time to come back. Instead of putting 20% down just to compete with the big boys, now you're coming and putting down 3.5%, 3%. So this is an opportunity for us to have a conversation with buyers and sellers. Look, I just put an article on my Instagram feed yesterday that 74% of homeowners in Austin are equity rich. Only 1.7% are equity negative, right? So that's a big number. 1.7 is a huge number because the median for Texas is 1.5. But that means that most homeowners still have equity. So, hey, homeowners, you know what? If it is time for sale, guess what? If you're going to move up, it's actually not a bad time to move up. Here's why. Yeah, you might take a little bit of a hit on your home, but you're now not having to negotiate against as many other buyers on that same home you're going to buy. So if you're going to move up, yeah, you know what? Interest rates are a little bit higher, but guess what? If you can afford the payment and you can take that equity and move it into something, and now you're not having to go $200,000 over list price just to get it, now it's a freaking great time to do that. I think as agents, we need to start having that conversation instead of going, oh, the shift, oh my God, the shift. And I think that is what we need to start focusing on as agents in this, and just being honest, right? If it's not good for you to buy a home right now, it's not good for you to buy a home. Like, everybody's situation is different. I just bought 2 homes. Literally, I just closed on one. I closed another one next week, and I'm selling one of my homes. So I'm in the market just as much as most people are. And so I'm trying to relate what I'm going through and what I'm seeing to what you as a homeowner or a buyer are going to see. And I think more agents need to start spending more time, instead of talking about the negative of a shift, talk about the positives of a shift. Because guess what? Investors make a shit ton of money during a shift.
Yep. That's what they did the last time. They did the last time. That's how they got all their.
And don't let the investor be the one to make all the money, right? Because let's say, okay, you buy a home, okay, 2 years from now, we see 20% correction. All right, cool. 4 or 5 years later, that 20% is going to come back. Because what usually happens, 5, 6, 7% year over year increases, right? So you're 3 years, you're positive again, right? And then from there, you're gaining equity all over again. And that whole time, you've been able to deduct your property taxes, everything with owning a home, where you can't do that with a rental. Like, if you're renting, you can't do that. So this is the time to become a homeowner, even though rates are shitty. Yeah. But guess what? You know what? Rates may come down. And guess if they do come down in 4 years, guess what? You can refi back in. Hopefully rates go to 2%. They won't. But so that's what I'm telling a lot of people. And I think that's what more agents need to start talking about versus how negative the market is.
Right.
I think the other thing too is I tell people it's like, what's the difference between a good real estate market and a bad real estate market? 10 years. 10 years. Yeah. Just like, you hold on to your freaking house for 10 years, you'll be fine. Like, either one way or the other, you're going to be fine. You're like, trust me, if you bought it 10 years earlier, you're still going to be positive 10 years later, you know?
And so you're trying to move away from these kind of cliche market crash, the real estate market is about to explode, kind of these kind of cliche things a lot of people. Really.
Well, I mean, look, we all know that one channel that's out there that's getting tons of subscribers by talking about the market crash, and now getting national news is starting to cover him because, he's been featured in Austin because he keeps talking crap about Austin. But the sad reality still remains the data he uses is hugely faulty data. Right? He keeps using lagging data. He said that the market crash was going to crash last year. Now it's 3 years from now. Like, hey, if you're so smart, tell us exactly when it's going to crash, Mr. Bubble Boy.
Well, he makes his own charts too, by the way. A lot of, like, one of the charts that he uses is like that data on that website doesn't exist. So he just added the extra years on top of it. He just added the projection on top of it with his own data and used that at the bottom, like the company name on the bottom. I'm like, you manipulated data to make a point. That's not right. That's not right. But whatever. Hey, you know what?
That's just like when Trump was having that chart with the hurricane and he got a Sharpie and kind of drew a little bubble. Oh, it's also going to come over here.
Yeah, he drew the big penis going around it.
Yes.
Whatever. I mean, to each his own. They eventually, you know, and here's the thing. There's going to be people that will follow that and listen to that. You can't let it eat you up, you know? There's just going to be people that want to hear it.
How many times do you read a headline in an article and then you actually read the article and 4 paragraphs in, it's not even right? Like, what they've contradicted themselves by the 4th. So I think it's a good opportunity. Like, if you're doing like bigger content, right? Go, here's a 4 scare tactic articles and why they're wrong. And then show the headlines and show why they're wrong. I mean, disproving some of these articles is actually quite easy to do, because they want to get you scared, because we all know that fear gets clicks, right? If it bleeds, it leads, right? So we need to be very mindful about how we're doing that and not feeding into the negativity.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I saw somebody post on Facebook, a real estate agent, saying it's beginning now. Look. And I'm like, oh my God, you're still 25% over where you were 2 years ago. It's not beginning, you know? Like, what
Trevor says, but he claims he has proprietary algorithm that can predict prices. Maybe Zillow should have hired him since they couldn't even figure it out.
Is it a Dominion machine? I'm sure.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. And the frustrating thing is, I'm sure he's getting a lot of like money from YouTube, from the AdSense that he's making.
Oh, easily. He's got to be making about 30 to 40,000 a month just in AdSense.
You think so? Holy!
He had to move to Dallas though because Austin was too expensive for him. Poor boy.
So look, if you guys have any questions for Jeremy, make sure you guys ask him down in the description below. We got $100,000 a month he's making. Ask him any questions you have. Misha says the guy's talking about doomsday. So what's your strategy with shorts? Are you doing any shorts right now? Can you kind of experiment with it a little bit? A lot of people are talking about shorts, like, oh, shorts. But
yeah, I put one out today just because I'm gonna have to refilm videos for Tuesday now because the market stats came out. So I put one out today, and that one's like, I might as well not even put it out.
Take it off.
I'm staying away from shorts for the most part because I just like that. I hate how it looks on the channel. Yeah. Like I hate how like you scroll through and it's like, even if you create a thumbnail, it doesn't really look that great. So I've moved away from them. So yeah, I did them in the past. I'm done doing them. I mean, they're getting good views, but I don't think they're really adding value to my channel.
Right. What? Make a shorts channel. Take all of those down. Make a shorts channel.
No, you're wrong.
What?
You're wrong, Christina. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That was a big takeaway from VidSummit last year is that most creators do recommend having a shorts channel.
Yeah.
Keep it completely separate.
Make those into TikToks. Oh my God, I have a TikTok that has 1.2 million views. I put it out on Tuesday or Wednesday as a fluke, and it has like 1.3 or 1.2 million views.
Yeah, I'm staying away from the China app, so I don't want to.
I don't care. If it brings me more revenue in, I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
Yeah, one of my clients is one of Elon's like direct subordinates, and like literally has 4 a.m. calls with Elon, and they both know somebody high up in the NSA, and the person at the NSA told them, "Do not ever put TikTok on your phone." So
really. I mean, I believe it, man. Yeah. China. Anyway.
China. You guys, when you say China, you say that's China. There you go. China. So.
All right. So
sounds like a dirty word when you say it like that.
Yeah, it is.
Jeremy, how you looking so good, man?
Yeah, it's that croissant diet. CrossFit diet. It's doing good.
I love it. All right. So we got Palm Beach Paul wanted us to take a look at his channel. And I feel like Christina and I have probably talked to him before about his channel. So I want to see what Jeremy's opinion is, what kind of feedback you can give him, and maybe you can help him out a little bit, kind of get going with his channel. So let's take a look.
I'm doing that really quick because I want to show people my new studio. I'm very excited about it.
Let's do it.
So here it is. Look, I'm in a tiny house that was that I did. Oh, did you just take? Oh, you took everybody out. Look, so this is my new tiny home studio. It is a 10 by 15. I negotiated this with a brand deal. So this was part of the brand deal that they were going to give me a house. So this is mine now. I don't have to return it. And it's all set up. I haven't finished setting it up. I just kind of been playing with some lighting. I still have to get my good camera going. I still have to get my good microphone going. But yeah, this is it. I'm very, very, very excited. It's separate from the house.
I like it. How's the audio in there? Like I'd be concerned maybe about echoing or something, but I think it sounds pretty good so far from here. Have you had any issues?
Well, I have a carpet on the ground. Like I put a carpet down because it is wood flooring. These curtains are sound curtains, so those muffle the sound. And I will be putting these up, like the big sound panels.
Yeah. Good. I guess I'm in my studio.
Yeah, so that will be behind me, and then I have a microphone that's going to be above me. That will be this, like right here, so no one will see it. But yeah, it's a good Sennheiser mic. As a matter of fact, here's the box. This one.
Nice. I love it. Look at you.
Yeah, very, very excited.
Yeah, I got the soundproof panels, and I only put it up against that wall, and like that was good enough. You know, I don't really need it. I think my sound's perfectly fine without putting it back there and everything as well.
I'll put it on 2 behind me, like right behind me, and then I have probably either 1 or 2 here. So I don't know. I might put 3, but all these are they dampen the sound quite a bit. It's amazing, actually. I'm kind of surprised on how much it worked.
Yeah, much better.
I got those from Costco.
Much better than your coat closet that you've been filming in for the last 3 years.
And much cooler, because that closet, even though it had a vent in it, it felt like the air was just going. You know, never really like blasted air in there.
I love it. Let's see. There's not much.
I can see Eddie standing at the door blowing on you.
Well, and I couldn't leave the door open because every time I left the door open, the dogs would start barking or the cat would come in. I didn't care for live streams because people always laughed if the cat came in.
Yeah.
But for other stuff, yeah, I care.
So you and Eddie helps you out with your live streams, and you guys would, hey, Christina, you guys would shout to each other from the other room. Is he going to help you out with the live streams in this little studio?
Well, yeah. So he will be in the kitchen, which is, you know, in the house. And so I have a little private chat with StreamYard. You have a private chat. So I'll have to pay attention to that more instead of him going, look at the tab, you know. Sometimes that's what he would do, just scream at me. Oh, and Eddie told me to tell you, you do look handsome today.
Thank you, Eddie.
Hi, Eddie. You're getting a lot of compliments today, man. Misha.
I'm gonna see Eddie in like what, a month, right?
Yeah, Eddie and Jeremy are hooking up for the weekend.
Yeah, maybe
go look at tiny homes.
Maybe a different phrase other than hooking up.
Oh, okay.
Connecting.
Guys don't hook up.
They're connecting.
Yeah.
They're having a man's bonding moment.
They're connecting.
Yeah. Oh, careful. Is this the after hours show?
Are we live? Oh no. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
Oh,
look at that. Now you got a YouTube strike.
What do you think of my space lights behind here? Aren't they fun?
I do like those.
Space lights? Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, I do like those. So what else are you gonna do in the studio? Like, is it pretty much done right there? You're gonna
I gotta put the sound panels up. I gotta put the new lighting up. I have a key light that needs to come. Not a key light, a fill light, and it needs to come in. I'm still I'm gonna be tweaking until I figure it out. But yeah, I wanted that like pinky dreamy stuff behind me to kind of go with my theme that I've stuck with for years. Pink.
And so, Jeremy, are you still rocking a green screen in all your videos?
Yes, he is.
This is this is a poster.
Is it? No.
Yeah, it's a poster.
Touch it, Jeremy. liar, pants on fire.
So yeah, so I get to move into a new home at the end of the month, and that lady that rented back from me is finally moving out. So I'm gonna attempt to create a studio, and I'll probably go back to the green screen, but I'm gonna try it. We'll see.
Yeah,
it's gonna be fun. I mean, for you. So we were talking about this earlier. So when I do my videos, typically what I do is, since I do a lot of talking head videos, is I'll shoot, my 16-minute video or whatever, how long it takes to film it. And then I'll cut it down into about 8 to 10 minutes just on the timeline. So it takes me 15 minutes to shoot, it takes me 40 minutes to edit, but then I'll key in the background because I kept finding that when I had my editor key it, he'd always key it wrong and I looked ridiculous. Like one video, I look like that animated thing from that one movie where the guy's all red and his head blows up, whatever that one was called with the girl.
Oh, the emotion ones? Yeah.
Yeah. And so I look like that in the whole video. I'm like, no, never again. So I So now I key in the background. I shoot him an 8-minute video to 10-minute video of everything. So so I'm not like, because a lot of times if you just send a video to an editor, like you'll say the same thing 3 times and not even realize you've done that in the video. So I'll cut out the 2 other times so it makes sense. So I make my videos for the ADHD in mind because I want it to go super fast. And so he knows like every 10 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds, it's either my face or an animation or something happening to keep people engaged. So like my engagement for the most part's really around 60% on most videos. So, but if you were to like if you were to shoot that over to somebody, right, they're not going to know how to edit it up how you want it as far as timeline, what to cut out, what to keep in. So that's why I spend the extra. So it takes me an hour a week per video. And sometimes I'll batch and then, I spend all day batching. So yeah, it just depends.
Did you do that? Do you batch film? You film 2-3 videos in a day?
Yeah. I mean, so, I have 4 topics. There'll be a day that I'll do all 4 topics. Or I'll do 3 topics. So I know like this one's coming out. And then the tough one to do is always the market update videos, because I always wait for the Austin market stats to come out. They just came out today. In fact, I always go to the Austin MLS website to see if they're coming out yet. And so I got all the info and data before anybody. They haven't even emailed it out to people yet. I'm the only one that's like already put out content around it. So but anyway, so those are hard to do. So like my editor's out of town, so now I got to shoot and edit that video this weekend. Joy.
Fun, man. I've tried batching before, and I can't do it, man. I can't. Like,
me either.
My energy just sucks out of me after the first video. I get so tired of talking that my second and third video are just garbage, and I have to refilm the entire thing anyway. But like,
try Adderall, that'll help.
Are you on Adderall?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
I seriously considered it.
Uppers, not downers. There you go.
Maybe that would help me with this issue of having 5 freaking YouTube channels all at the same time.
I know.
I could actually focus on one if I had a little bit of Adderall.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough because unless you have like a really, really good staff of people like Byron Lazine, right? Byron came on my second channel, Agent Content Creators, last week, and we like that dude came on my show, went onto another show right after. I saw he put out 3 other videos that day, and he literally when it was time, he jumped on and he's like, "Oh, this is live." I'm like, "Yeah, it's live." He's like, "Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's roll." And so, and then like, he literally jumped off, and his video guy was like, "All right, Jeremy, thanks. Can you send us the thing?" I'm like, I can't even see you. Like, who are you? So, I mean, so if you have a team around you that's going to help you do that, that's one way to do it. But I mean, you're going to have to really reap the rewards or have a team doing a ton of real estate for that to make sense.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%, man. Like some people just have those personalities where they can fucking like Joe Rogan, right? He'll do a 4-hour podcast and then do another 4-hour podcast right afterwards.
And he generally does it high or really drunk too. So that's impressive.
Well, I can talk to another person for hours and hours and hours, but just sit there and stare into a camera lens and just ramble a bunch of real estate facts off. I can only do one video. I can't do it. Eddie
and he doesn't edit the podcast. He doesn't edit the clips. So, I mean, it's easy for him to, if I had to just sit down and talk for 4 hours straight, I could do it. Right. But if you're having to come up with the content, be specific, give specific numbers, it's a lot harder to do that, and do the editing. It's a lot harder to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So let's take a look at some YouTube channels here. And if you guys want us to take a look at your channel as well, comment in the Facebook group post, and I'll go and find that. So on this video in Facebook, I
want to ask a question. How many people are putting out content like they've normally been putting out, and all of a sudden, like, your views are down?
Oh,
like,
that's interesting.
I want to hear from, like, look at your analytics. Are your views down compared to month? Last month I had 60,000 views. It was like 5,400 watch hours on my channel. This month I'm like 4,700 watch hours and like 47,000 views. So I've come down quite a bit. So I'm just curious. Yeah, 61,000 now. So
that's interesting. Okay, so you're coming back down, right? Yeah, so I was looking at this. So you were on our show in July of 2020. So you had about 3,000 views a month. And then you hit a freaking peak of 139,000 views in 1 month. And right around.
And I
60.
almost got sued for that too. So
What? All right, you got to
yeah.
tell us that story. I want to hear that.
Well, somebody came on my channel and they were a developer and they were talking about was that May? Yeah, that was around that time. So probably that month. Came on my channel and talking about Disney and bringing a Disney location to Gerald, Texas. Disney had purchased 7,900 acres, or a subsidiary of Disney had just purchased 7,900 acres. And he went out and it was all him. It wasn't me. I didn't say anything. It was the whole clip we put out was just me listening. And the guy was like, yeah, Disney's going to it just bought 7,900 acres in Gerald. And by 2025, they'll have a theme park there. I'm like, oh, so I'm like, I go, the only reason I pulled the video is because I had said, to me, the valuation for that land sounds low, but I don't know. And I talked to an attorney, and the attorney was like, well, since you said that, it could be that it could come off that you gave opinion of value, which I just said it sounds low. He's like, so what happened is the landowner who sold the land had NDAs in place, and the people that were involved had NDAs in place. And so when we put that out, they all threatened to sue him unless the video came down, which means that they were going to threaten to sue me as well. And so I talked to my lawyer. My lawyer's like, he's like, screw him. Like, the video's doing well. The video's great. You didn't do anything wrong. They could come after you for this, but you'd win. You're going to win no matter what. Like, you'll win. Like, okay. He's like, but how much do you want to spend in legal fees over one video? I'm like, videos just came down.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, it wasn't worth it. So to this point, I don't know if they are actually doing that and going ahead with that plan. It's been super hush hush. But what I would imagine they're doing is putting in like a retirement home out there, like one of those like retirement communities. That's what I'm assuming.
Like a Chamberlain in whatever that area is. I used to work at Chamberlain at Roswell. That's why I asked. They're fancy. Those are the fancy upscale.
But they are. You get Mickey as a neighbor. It'd be cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I definitely take the video down. Like, that like getting sued is something we have to worry about. Like, meet Kevin. Yeah, that guy used to get sued all the time.
Did he really?
I think Grant Cardone was like suing him or something, and like.
Are you sure that he just didn't say he was going to sue him, but didn't really sue him? Sometimes those things are just for like they say, I'm suing you, and it's not. They're not suing.
You got to get a shirt that says, "Don't sue me, bro." Streams.
Yeah.
So Valiant was saying that my views are so down recently as well. So that doesn't, and I've actually had other people tell me that their views are down right now.
Can I tell you why though?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the time of year that a lot of people are on vacations. They're going out and they're doing things. June is notoriously down for real estate agents when it comes to social media. You're going to see like everything start picking back up right in July because people are starting to panic then because the school's right around the corner and they're like, shit, we got to get a house. So you're going to see it all pick back up in July. But if you look at your year to year, June was down for you last year too.
Yeah, okay, I'll have to look at that. All right, let's take a look at some channels here. So I got 2 channels pulled up. I got Sean Shackleton and Palm Beach Paul's channel here.
She really can speak to people for hours. I love you, Eddie. Oh man, that's funny.
All right, so what are you guys' thoughts on this so far? Actually, I think you're like thumbnails. I think they're pretty solid. They look a lot like Jeremy's thumbnails, honestly.
They look like Christina's thumbnails.
Yeah.
I wonder where people get inspiration from.
They look like Jeremy's knockoff, or a knockoff of Jeremy's knockoff of Christina's thumbnail.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, those are my thumbnails. That's funny. All right.
They work.
Those are my thumbnails. I've done. Yeah. All right. I like it.
I like this one, the white one with the red arrow. I like it with the steps. I like that one.
All right, let's take a look at your thumbnails. Hold on. Yeah, some of those look very, very similar. New homes.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, it works. Go for it, I say. But yeah, I think thumbnails are solid. I say these are all solid. I love that she doesn't have a lot of text or zero text in a lot of these. And the face is nice and big and a lot of emotion in the faces. I think that's pretty solid. Real reason people are leaving Arizona. Crazy Arizona housing market over. Massive problems with solar in Arizona. The real reason home comeback on the market. I think these are good titles. All right.
How many videos does she have total?
A good bit. Yeah. She's been at it for a while. Over a year.
Good.
Yeah. Her thumbnail's gotten a lot better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I love seeing that on people's channels. Even Jeremy, even mine, you know, Christina.
Mine.
Yeah. Even Christina's. Yeah. You go back and see the progression of people's thumbnails. So,
I don't
her
change them out.
thumbnails got
People are
so
like,
much better right there. If you look, they got so much better, like right in that area.
where it says Scottsdale pros and cons.
Yeah.
I bet you this is where she joined our Facebook group.
Maybe.
Yeah. I would.
But yeah, the ones underneath that
What-
are very.
Scroll down just. Oh, wait. So 2,000 views, 2,900 views. DC Ranch versus Silverleaf.
Yeah.
I would make another video similar to this.
If it's getting views now,
Yeah. I
or
would
if it's not getting views now, what's the point?
And then this, Redfin's housing market predictions. I would do another housing market predictions. Like, are they still wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the video I just put out is Zillow finally right? What's funny is that when I did the whole video was Zillow's back in the headlines. Are they wrong again? But the whole title was they're finally correct. And that's what drove people to the video. And it's like crushing. It's like my #1 video right now. And so it might be worth it to say, are they finally right? Because everybody's expecting to like crap on Zillow or crap on Redfin or crap on an iBuyer. What's funny is my most disliked video was an honest video with somebody talking about Open Door, and Christina helped me change the title on it. That's my most disliked video because I brought on somebody that said Open Door didn't give me as much money as selling on the market. And so people are just mad at that fact. Of course, a realtor's saying this. I'm like, actually, I didn't say crap. The guy who I interviewed is the one who said everything, not me. So kind of funny.
Yeah.
I always put in there, I have no skin in this game if you buy a house or not. That's what I always say. You're not going to be using me most likely to buy a house. So it doesn't matter to me if you buy one or not. I don't care.
I mean, I see the progression of her videos right here. See how she says crazy housing market over. I know we all did those videos a couple months ago, or I mean, maybe a couple weeks ago. I would start moving away from that and go, is now the opportunity for buyers in Arizona? Is now the best opportunity for buyers in Arizona? And then like lay out why buyers should be actually considering in there. Is it, I mean, you could do, is it over for homeowners, right? Is it, should homeowners stop selling now, right? And do a whole video about
time to rake the home sellers over the coals.
Yeah. But I would be positive, like, look, you still have a ton of equity in your home. Let's talk about how this is still, if the market does move down a little bit. Yeah. I would just come with a more, I guess, positive approach versus it's crazy. Cause I know that video probably isn't actually saying it's over in the video, but the title is saying that, which you got to do the clickbait stuff. It was hysterical. I was in Toronto and this lady goes, you know, your channel is very gimmicky. And if I go by gimmicky, if by gimmicky do you mean clickbaity, then yes, I'm doing what YouTube wants. And she's just like, everybody in the crowd just went, oh.
Probably got a channel that's not gimmicky. And
yeah. Well, I only do luxury is what she said. I'm like, well, okay.
How's that working out for you?
Yeah.
How's that working out for you? Because, you know, there's not many people not many people can afford that.
Yeah. It's a fine line between being sensational and being fear mongering. And like nobody wants, most of us don't want to be fear mongering and trying to scare the crap out of people just to make money off of that. Yeah. It's a real fine line.
Most people.
Yeah. Some people are not, obviously, but like you do want to be sensational, but not fear mongering, and it's a little tricky. And so you're saying you want to be more specific with your videos and kind of be a little bit more positive about it. So let's take a look at like the first like 30 seconds of your videos and see kind of like what her intro is, because that's always real important. All right, let's do it. Here we go.
Being Arizona. Wait, what? All we've heard about for the past 2 years are the huge number of people moving to Arizona. So is it true? Are people really leaving Arizona? Well, the short answer is yes. And here are the top 5 reasons they are making this decision. Number 1 is overpopulation.
Thank God you just jumped right into it. Thank God.
That's a good video. I think it'll do good.
Yep. I like it.
20 seconds in, and she's already
Yeah.
getting right to the content. You got some fast-paced
Yep.
editing. It's got a good hook at the start of it. You know, she kind of flashes her contact information there, but it doesn't like spend a long time
Breathe
focusing
into it.
on that call to action.
It's like she's watched my channel before.
She might have even talked to Christina Smallhorn.
Yeah, hopefully she did.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch the last like 30
I'm digging
seconds.
Do good
Yeah.
work. I like that.
So far, I think it's good.
People that want to deal with no pollution and deal with those things are deciding that Arizona is not for them and they are leaving the state. Now, if
Like
you
the memes.
if Arizona is or is not for you, make sure you check out this next video. I hope this information was helpful. If I can answer any questions, please feel free to reach out. All my contact information is below. As always, I thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.
Perfecto.
Yeah.
Perfecto.
Yeah.
Let's give her a round of applause.
You keep creating content like that and you'll start to
You'll
see
be
growth.
fine.
And look, and you know, be the contrarian to everybody right now that's being so negative about the market, especially in Phoenix, right? Everybody's still moving to Phoenix. There's still people moving there. One thing is like, you know, one thing I think about too is, are people no longer with the work from home ending? What does that mean for the people moving to Phoenix? Like, that'd be a good one. Like, that's a good one for Austin too. I'm gonna have to write that down.
Good. Yeah, I did. I think she's doing really solid. If she just keeps at it, and then it's just kind of, at this point, it's just about doing the work and then coming up with creative ideas for videos. That's always the hard part. You know, I talk to a lot of people and they're like, all right, I know what to do, but I don't know what videos to make. And like, yeah, that's a struggle all YouTubers face. And you have to be able to have that, be able to come up with creative ideas for videos. Just
The
like
Googles are free though. Just saying. Just all you have to do is type in real estate in the Google search, and there is a plethora of titles and ideas that are just free at your fingertips. Free at your fingertips. Oh, we got to do Palm Beach Paul. He did reach out to me today.
All right. I got his channel pulled up here. So here we go. Palm Beach Paul. Yeah, go ahead and you can kind of dive in, Jeremy. What do you think? What thumbnails? What do you think of his thumbnails from the get-go?
I mean, what's going on with the last like 4 videos?
Yep, I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, compared to the last thumbnails that we were just seeing, like compare these to these thumbnails. Yeah, that's 100% where I would start with him. Is his thumbnails. I'm not so these ones. It doesn't even look like he made a custom thumbnails. It looks just like a screen capture.
Yeah, it looks like he gave up. They say streamed. I mean, here's the deal. If you're going to stream a video, go back and still put a thumbnail on it.
Yeah,
100%. Yep.
And so he's using a lot of red text in his thumbnails as well. I'm not wild about the red when I'm looking at it.
Either.
It is the big giant no. They always say, do not do your text in red.
Yeah. Oh, do they really say that?
Because it's hard to read. It's hard to read for people's eyes. It's hard for them to read red text. You can use a red arrow because it's one symbol. But red text is very difficult for the eye to read. And you would think the opposite because of the fact that you think red catches your attention, danger. But when you put it on a thumbnail, it just kind of blends all in and it's very difficult for the eye to read.
Christina loves yellow.
Yellow works. I think yellow can work sometimes. I like white, and I don't
I'm
like
a white prune.
I wish that white. Anyway, I like white. You're what? A white.
I don't know. I said I'm a white person. I like the white text. I like the white person.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it sounded weird. It sounded weird. I admit it.
I think he needs more fire in his thumbnails too.
Oh yeah. Let's see some.
But you know what? There is a guy I found. His whole entire channel. I swear he's got 127,000 followers. Every single one of his thumbnails has fire in it. Every single one of them. And he started like in 2020. It's crazy. Anyways, fireworks. I know people hate it, but it works. Bubbles work.
That would be my first advice. That's the biggest thing actually Paul could do is focus on his thumbnails, create some good, clean thumbnails like this, blur the background, get a great big face in there. Yeah, these thumbnails.
The clarity of your own image is huge. And you're always, I know that like your hat is your spiel,
Yeah,
You
look
have
at the
it, like,
quote in
cover your
Florida.
face.
Of course. Look how great that's the best thumbnail he's got on there.
He posted this in our group. He was like, what do you
Yeah.
guys think of this? Give me some feedback on it. We all gave him some feedback. And that's his best performing video in last
It
few
is
months.
good.
And it's a good title. Or good
Paul,
message.
hire a college kid to do your thumbnails, man.
Yep.
I don't know why he's got 2 periods there. Why people even
And then
word a period, top 5 reasons, period. There's 3 periods. I don't put periods in my titles. You guys put
the other thing too,
Yeah.
if you go back to that, is his image. If you would look at the one right next to it, look how small he is in that image.
Yeah,
Like if you're in a like when you're, for instance, when you're talking on a live stream, nobody's talking on a live stream over here. Nobody's doing that. They're in the camera, just like you should be with your thumbnail image as well. People want to see it. You can even cut off some of your head, and make sure that your lighting for your own image makes sense. If you're like cutting off your face and everything, you want to be able to see your face.
Yeah.
Like this one with the hat, that's all you see is hat. Where's your face? It's like you've disappeared.
Yeah, but look how small this text is. 2022 Summer Blast giveaway. Yeah. So okay, out of his last 10 videos, he's top 2 rows. I say his best thumbnail is this one right here. And of course, it has the most views. The second best thumbnail is this one right here. And of course,
Exactly.
that one has the second most views out of his top 10.
Okay,
His
there you go.
100% is the bottleneck of his channel, is the thumbnails. And yeah,
I would still fix that one. I would still fix that one. The one where he's got his face like that.
Yeah.
In the red lettering. First of all, he's covering up the whole damn house. The background image has a skyline that's gray and it matches the house itself. Take that background image, make a better looking skyline that's brighter and easier to see.
I want to put a hot dog in his mouth.
And then that wording, like the house needs to come down some, so the letters are almost behind. I would actually put the $3 million behind the house, so you can read it, like, so you can see that the house, you're covering up the whole image of like, this is $3 million and it's a tiny shack. You're covering it all up. This could be so much better.
I didn't even get that. I didn't even pick up on that until right now. Like $3 million and it's a picture of a shack. I love that concept. I didn't even realize that's what I was looking at here until you pointed that out.
What Christina says, right. So number one, I'd take off the KW hat. Nobody cares that you will work at KW. Like nobody's going to associate that with your brokerage or you sell real estate. So I'd get rid of that thing right now. Secondly, I would bring that house down. And so you have skyline to put in the $3 million, and I would put in drastic sky in the back. And I would either take your face completely off of there and let it sit for itself. So people are like, holy crap, what is this? And like I would just leave the Florida sign the way it is, blow up the house a little bit more, give you some skyline so people can actually read the $3 million and either put a hot dog in your mouth or take your face off.
Yes.
It's kind of funny, that whole beginning part. I felt like you're mansplaining exactly what I just said, but then you kept going, so I was fine. I was like, did
I
Jeremy
just said what you said was
mansplain what I just said?
Yeah.
I think Paul uses a lot of like these pictures are just like screen captures from him. Like I think he just needs to pose, go and pose and get freaking 10 different poses like this that he can use in these things. And I like it. Like I think he could really benefit from paying somebody to do his thumbnails and even go
There's
back.
too many words. Like that one you just showed, it was like you have all these words, like 5 questions, but your title is 5 questions.
Why does he have Kim Posick on his thumbnail?
I think they interviewed.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, but so your title is 5 questions you must ask, but then you wrote 5 questions you must ask on your thumbnail. Why repeat the title on the thumbnail? That's a big giant no.
Where's that one at?
You have to. That way you stop right in the middle. It's between like the 3,000. That one. Yep.
100%. Yeah, 100%. We've seen that mistake a lot of times by a lot of different people.
And look how small his image is. He's like squished down at the bottom of the thing. And he's going like this.
I mean, like comparing those even to Sean's, like these are good thumbnails.
Yeah, these are good thumbnails. Paul, we love you, man. Well, this is all coming from a place of love, man.
Yeah.
This is all trying to be supportive. Sorry, it's coming off kind of cranky, but I feel like I'm frustrated with Paul because I've been telling him this for years. So like when
Right.
I'm looking at his channel, it's frustrating me because like I think Christina and I both have been telling him this for years to fix his thumbnails.
Yeah. Paul, make these types of thumbnails right here.
Yes,
have
Paul.
a big face, clean, have little to no text in your thumbnails. These are good thumbnails, you know. Jeremy Knights, these are good thumbnails right here. Like, yeah.
Well, it helps that Jeremy's like extremely good looking though.
Look,
Apparently, that's
look.
what everybody keeps saying today.
Yeah, I mean, hold on. Let me see if I can actually show a picture of this. So, I've tried to explain this to people, but nobody really gets it. So I have, let's see if I can see it. See if this will work.
If you do
So
this,
I have this box light right behind me, right? So
Uh-huh.
I will take this box light and see how the wall is kind of a neutral color. I will go stand against the wall with the box light in front of me and take all my photos with lots of light. That why, and now if you go look at my thumbnails, like I have that white light right there. These things aren't expensive. If you go look at my thumbnails, you can see my, well, I can't really tell because it's kind of blurry on here, but you can see my face very, very well. The expression on my face very, very well because I use a box light to give me lots of light. And sometimes I'll do it from the side. So I like, there'll be shadow on one side of my face. So it's not that hard to create these great thumbnails. And I feel like Paul always does it the hardest way possible. Look, this is the easiest way to do it right here. The easiest way to do it, a box light, just like that, stand again, I turn the box light against the wall, put the camera up in front of the light, look into the light, don't look at the camera, and I shoot a bunch of just different ones. Sometimes I'll put on.
If I was to ever get, if I ever get like hit by a truck and they have to go through my photos, they're gonna be like, "This girl has an ego problem," because I take so many images of myself.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Ray. All day, Ray.
Yeah.
I still don't like putting my face on thumbnails. There's
I know.
videos that I will not put it on there purposely just to see if I get more views or no views. The challenge is now when my videos go out, people know my face. So if I don't put my face on the video right off the bat, it doesn't get as many views. But what I'll do is I'll put my face on it, let it go 2 days, and then I'll pull my face off on some of those videos.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I've heard of people doing that. Yeah, I like that strategy. I remember those debates, man. Maybe 2 years ago, we're having those debates: face or no face.
And I still say, and like I've always said, it depends on the content.
Yeah.
It depends on the content. You know, like sometimes if you're talking about a specific house, no one gives a crap who you are. You know, they want to see the house. So in that instance, I will make myself super tiny because really the feature of the whole entire video is the house.
So let's.
But if it's a market update, people want to see who's saying the words that are coming out of your mouth. Use your face.
Yeah. So we got another 5-10 minutes. So let's watch 30 seconds or so of Paul's video. So let's see how it starts. So this is a good one. 2.5 thousand views. Let's watch this one. First 30 seconds. Let's see what we got.
That's it. I'm done with Florida. I'm leaving.
Don't lose your camera.
Oh, it's like a vlog.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I kind of like it's kind of cool. It's different. It's kind of
He makes good videos.
yeah.
I mean, honestly, he makes really good videos. They're always very interesting and artsy.
And like he's talked before about, he does not want to do stand or talking head videos.
But look at the lighting on this.
But a lot of people farm.
Yeah, if he would have just turned around so that the light from outside is coming in on his face, that would have made a big difference.
But in
I
the
mean,
grand scheme of things, it's
yeah.
not that. It's the titles of thumbnails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes good videos.
Yeah. This, I mean, there you go. I can see his face.
Better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like Paul's videos. I think why I'm giving him such a hard time is it's not that hard to create these good thumbnails.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's so artistic and creative with his making of the video. Put that much time into making a good thumbnail,
Yeah.
crafting a good thumbnail and title.
Well, it sucks. Like you spend so much time on a video, and if you're editing your own videos right now, you spend so much time shooting, editing, like, and then you do like You spend so much time shooting, editing. You're talking what, 15 hours to do that on some of these videos, and then they don't get seen. And why don't they get seen? Because you didn't take the extra hour and create a really cool thumbnail, a really cool title to draw people in. That thumbnail and title, the reason why that video is doing well is because I would click that like, oh, that's interesting. Let me see. And this is I gave a talk with Tom Ferry in Austin yesterday, and I was like, look, everybody talks about SEO and they'll pay stupid money for SEO. That's awesome. You could pay thousands of dollars to get your video to show up on my screen. I'll look at the video next to it because it's a clicky title, it's a clicky thumbnail, and I'll watch that over yours 99.99% of the time over yours because yours look like trash. Spend the extra minute, spend the extra time, create a great thumbnail, a great title. If you can put all that time and energy into it, forget your SEO. I want to challenge somebody right now. Take and put in 0 tags, 0 information, have a really clicky thumbnail and title, and see, I guarantee you that does better than all the SEO.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Because the algorithm is people. The algorithm is people. And if people aren't clicking on your videos, they're not getting recommended to more people. Because YouTube wants to sell ads. And in order to sell ads, people have to click on them. So they're only going to put them in ads, the good ads, on videos that people are clicking on. So
yeah, 100%. It's all about getting that click-through rate and that audience retention. And YouTube's smart enough. They know what it was a green screen the entire time. No.
How did
I
that
feel
happen?
duped. But mine is not a green screen. This is a real place. I could do a cartwheel in here.
It's a blue screen, not a green screen.
I got it wrong. So here's the thing. I don't recommend green screens to people for new people.
Either. I think they're
So I don't do it because so many people screw it up. Like it's an
yes.
extra step of rotoscoping it out, and it looks terrible for a lot of people if they don't have that experience. And I feel like it's just a little bit harder for new.
And I'm gonna. One more thing. If you live in a place like Hawaii, Key West, like the beautiful Maine and everything else, you live in these beautiful areas and you're on a green screen, stop it. Stop right now. Get out of the house and go film in these beautiful places. Nobody wants to see it on a green screen. They want to see it in person. So if you're walking the beach in Hawaii, I mean, how impressive is that as you're giving your real estate market update? That's what people really want to see. Don't stand in front of a green screen. I mean, in some places, it makes sense. If you're living in the 110 weather of Phoenix, Arizona, sit in your office, have a conversation with the camera. I get it. But I don't know. If you're in a vacation spot, you know, you're in Costa Rica and you're selling real estate, get outside and show Costa Rica.
We got Adam Miller in our Facebook group, and he's down in Hawaii, and all his videos are all outdoors. He doesn't want to do anything indoors, and it works for him.
I don't blame him. I love that. Smart.
I don't like doing it at Austin. I mean, I started the green screen primarily because we hit COVID and I was filming everything out. And it was always really hard when you're out to get the audio right. And so that always was a problem when I was editing. But then when COVID hit, people didn't really want me to shove a camera in their faces. I love doing those like interviews with people. So like I asked a bunch of people if I could shoot them, and I'd run around and go shoot them. And I found like at the end of the day, I figured out how to do the keyer. And so once you figure this out and how to set this up, like you're talking about filming and batching. It's so much easier to batch when you have like a constant background like Malcolm or like Christina's Space Odyssey background back there. It's so much easier to do it when you have a constant background when you're editing too. So for people trying to do green screen, it's really easy once you figure it out. So I have 2 box lights. One's over here way off to my left. I have one way off to my right. I actually don't have any direct sunlight coming at my face. And I have a ring light behind me. So the green screen's well lit. Now on these live streams, it doesn't play as well. It does not look as great as it does when I edit. But it's not hard to do this. It's literally $100 with lights here, $50 with a light back there, and a $30 green screen, and you're good to go. It's just, you know, especially if you wear a bunch of different shirts with a lot of like blue or light blue, you'll start blending in the background. So it'll be harder to edit. But once you figure this out, it's a breeze.
I have to tell you, if you always wear black t-shirts, like just consistently wear that, you have nothing to worry about. Like there's lots of people that do that. Lots of creators that just consistently wear black t-shirts when they're making content. So it all kind of just flows together. I used to worry about that kind of crap. I used to worry that like I'd screw something up in my video and then I'd have to like dig through the laundry, you know, like to find that shirt to put it back on. Now I'm like, if there's something I want to add, I'm just like, okay, well, I was editing this. I wanted to add this in. And I threw it in there. I don't dig through dirty laundry to find a shirt that matches anymore. And then I used to freak out that like the shirt in my video isn't the same as the shirt that in my thumbnail. So I was kind of panicked about, nobody cares. No, like not a soul cares. Don't do that to yourself.
You mean that's not more important than the content? No, come on.
I know. But it was like those things that I would like micromanage my stuff, thinking that meant something. Like that was the problem, you know. Like I don't know.
All right, so I think we'll wrap it up there, man. Jeremy, I really appreciate it. If somebody wanted to follow you, what's your social media handle?
Right there on the screen at The Real Jeremy Knight on Instagram. Agent Content Creators is my second YouTube channel. I have lots of conversations with people. Malcolm, we need to bring you back on there. Christina has been on there. Actually, we haven't done that in a while, Christina. We need to do it again. Agent Content Creators. We have a lot of, I had Byron Lazim on last week. And so we're doing some fun stuff on there, fun conversations. So I would definitely watch that channel if you want tips. Christina and I's video right there did really well. So we'll do that again. And look at that, Karen Carr too, if you like Karen.
In a year since
There
I've been
you go.
on. Yeah, you got Karen Carr. You got all kinds of.
When was I on there?
Right
7 months ago.
Oh.
All right, let's evaluate your first 30 seconds. Oh, fail.
Yeah.
Fail.
Oh my goodness.
This is a live streaming thing that I wish people stopped doing.
Yeah. So I don't do these.
Don't do the countdowns.
Yeah. I don't
Do the
like
countdowns. I need to go take them off. See, that was it. I tried to switch it up and do an actual background, and look how terrible that was. I did not get it right.
Wash it out.
Yeah.
Let me go back and see that again. They look terrible.
Wash it out.
Yeah, you can go back and edit out the countdown.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that crap.
I don't either.
People
That's why I don't quit.
People are just going to fast forward to where they want to start anyway. So
what's the benefit of doing the countdown?
Well, when you're doing the live stream, it gets people on there. I don't usually do the 3-minute one anymore. I'll trick people. I'll do like start the 3-minute and then I'll just stop halfway through. Be like, all right, we're on. Screw it. I'm tired of the countdown. So I always mess with people like that.
Yeah, I never like doing them. Like I feel like I mean, get what you're saying. Like maybe a few people would kind of hop on, like before you actually start. Yeah, I don't know. I've always kind of skipped them. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Go
right.
ahead.
One thing I do like doing though is anytime I start a live stream, there's always like an awkward like, are we live? Are we live? Okay, we're here. There's always an awkward like 2 to 3 seconds. And so that's what I like about StreamYard is I can hit go live and then play my little intro video. And that kind of covers up that, are we live? Okay. So that's kind of one thing I started doing on this stream that we do.
I dance. I'm like, whoa. Hello, everybody. It's Sunday. We're going to be doing the headlines because, you know, this week they've been talking about how the real estate market is about to implode. We're all going to go in a fiery crash of despair because the real estate market is exploding. It's terrible. But let's really dig into this. And that's what I do. I do a little dance because I'm hyperactive as hell and I can't.
I always laugh at the people that are a bit. I mean, maybe they're not on there. Last time I was on there, nobody really said this, but you used to have a lot of people on there that'd be like, "Oh, the market's crashing for sure." It was like a year and a half ago, I was on there, and I'm like, "The market's not crashing. What are you guys talking about?" And people were like, "This guy's just trying to sell homes. $150,000 later in equity on a lot of homes in Austin," and you're like, "Oh yeah, I was wrong. I'm still wrong. The market's crashing way back there." So I love harassing the people on your channel when they're all like, "Hey, BlackRock's buying up all the homes, so everybody's going to be renting for life." You know what you could do to prevent that, right? Buy a home.
Right. Yeah. And it's because they are getting information from several different sources. So they kind of throw it all together. It's like, which side are you on? Are you thinking that we're all going to become renters, or is somebody actually wrote on there that the real estate prices were going to drop 80%. I'm like, 80%? What are you talking about?
The reventure guy keeps saying REIT venture guy keeps saying the Austin is going to change from 30 to 40%. I'm sorry, 30% drops a big amount. 40% is a huge amount. And that's a big window. Also, but between 3 years, the next 3 years, like fucking make up your mind, guy. Like, be honest with people. Like, so what you're saying is over the next 2 years, it's still a good time to buy. And then if the market crashes, maybe year 3, you're going to have equity going into year 3. So, but if it's going to hurt the people that bought in 2021, 2022, really? So if the market goes up for the next 2 years, you're not making sense. Make sense, please.
So what do you guys think
Because
about?
people want
To crash.
Yeah. What do you guys think about high interest rates now? It like literally like it's twice as high as it was 12 months ago. And people can like afford like $100,000 less today than they could have 12 months ago for the same monthly
Would you rather to live in a home that you love or hate where you're renting?
I like that line. I'm stealing that
So
line.
forget the fact that interest rates are high, because you know what? We can never time the market correctly.
Yeah.
If you're going to continue to rent and hate where you're renting or hate where you're living because you're not taking advantage of the things that are going to happen coming up, right? Putting 3% down. There's all those T-Shack loans that I did in 2019 where people put 0 down and Travis County paid the other 3%. Guess what? Those are going to be pretty popular in the next 4 or 5 months. So do you want to continue to hate where you live, or do you want to buy a home that you love to live in? Because now guess what? We actually have options. We went from 1,800 units on the market to 7,000. That means that you have options.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is your rent hasn't gotten any cheaper in the last 2 years. And rent, even though it rarely goes down, rarely goes down. They'll give you incentives to rent, but they won't to bring down that monthly payment.
Yeah.
That's a scary thing. Rent keeps going up as well. So whether you buy or not,
Terrible. Yeah.
you're going up.
Well, I love in Austin how they say that it's the landlord's fault. It's the landlord's fault in Austin that the rents are going up so high. They're being greedy. My rental property went up $300 a month because they raised the property taxes $4,000 in 1 year. Who do you think pays for that? Because people in Austin keep voting for dumb crap. Though. What?
Some states don't have that cap. Like some states have caps, so you can't get raised your property tax more than like 2% a year. I think California is 2% a year. So when those people's the rents go up another $3,000, those landlords are greedy assholes. Just saying.
Well, yes, in Austin you're wrong though, because
I'm not. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, because you have to be a homeowner to file a homestead. So you actually, you have to be living in the home in order to homestead, which puts a 10% cap on. But if you are a landlord who is not living or procuring the property or living in the property, then they can raise it whatever they want. It's up to you to protest the valuation, to spend the money to protest the valuation. The problem in Austin is only 20% of people actually protest. So that's why the tax district just does whatever the hell they want. And then they blame the city council. City council blames the tax district. They just blame each other back and forth while neither does anything about it. And all they do is complain about affordability when the root of affordability is actually the property taxes that they're taxing people on. That is the root of the unaffordability problem in Austin, not prices.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I've been saying. There's an affordability crisis. It's not a housing crash. It's an affordability crisis. I've been saying that for 2 years now. It's like nobody wants to listen. It's not sexy. It's just not a sexy topic.
True.
But add Great Reset to that, boy, then it becomes a great. then it's a sexy topic, which is the same exact thing I've been saying. Whatever.
Even if we have a great reset, the wealthy are still going to come out on top somehow. Somehow the poor are going to get screwed, even in that reset.
Who's running it? Who's running it? The wealthy.
Who do you think? Yeah. Who has the money to come out ahead? Right. Wealthy people. Right. You put roadblocks or speed bumps in the way so you don't lose money. Right. You hedge money where you need to. You hide money where you need to, and you pay people to hide your money for you. I pay freaking thousands of dollars a year to hide my money in my mattress.
Yeah, I got some money in the mattress too.
I don't. Cash is trash. I'm all in on Bitcoin, even at these prices. All right, that's a good place
to do it.
Yeah, that's a good place for us to end, guys. Jeremy, I really appreciate you coming on, man. We'll definitely have you on more often than every 2 years, like we've been doing.
Do that.
Well, now that he's not, he won't be as busy because his market's crashing. He could come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great
I'm going to move to Maryland and sell property in Maryland.
Come on down, man. We'll start a YouTube channel together. Moving to Maryland.
Yeah.
All right.
I still got to put out my video why I'm leaving Austin.
Are you leaving? Wait, hold on. Are you leaving Austin?
Yeah, I'm
No, he's
leaving
going to
Austin.
another city. He's going to New Braunfels, right? New Braunfels?
Negative. No.
What?
No.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving Austin.
Yeah.
Christina,
so
when you
some
come
other-
to Austin, you'll be able to see the new house.
Oh, can I release the Kraken and tell everybody where you're at? Can I post your address on the internet?
Yeah, please don't dox me. I
Speaking
have
of
weirdos.
pizzas,
I have
yeah,
weirdos.
pizzas delivered to us.
And post how much he makes every single month with his address
Yes.
at the same
Yeah.
time. He's the one behind the Great Reset. I
Yeah,
knew it.
Yep.
I was kind of annoyed because I went on the Tom Ferry podcast talking about YouTube, and he's like, "Oh, so Jeremy, you make X amount per month." I was like, yeah.
Maybe.
And then that was like
I don't like talking like that.
that
I
was
hate
like
that.
the lead for the whole video, like his hook to get people in. And I'm like, not how I want to. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't like that. That's gross. I concur.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little weird. All right. We'll see you. Thanks so much, Jeremy. We'll see
All
you in the next one.
Okay. See ya.
Bye, everybody.